And let's start just by finding our seat. Whatever that looks like for you. Sometimes, I guess it just is maybe the day. Sometimes it's nice to be up on a bolster or to have blocks under our knees. Really all just depends on how our hips and our lower back feel. Of course, your eyes can close. One of the most lovely parts about practicing at home is typically our homes are truly our safe havens, and we're very familiar with the noises and smells. And so on many levels, it's much easier to close our eyes and to do this work of moving inward. And ensure that your spine is long, your shoulders are back and down and soft. And always a reminder to soften your face. Maybe lift and lower the eyebrows a couple times. Potentially using the breath as your tool to bring that awareness into your body. Knowing that a lot of us we spend so much time up in the head thinking, whether we're intellectualizers or we're worriers or we're storytellers. All of that is in the head. And not that it's bad at all. For our practice of yoga, we're just bringing that awareness from the head down into the rest of the body. And the breath, of course, is an always accessible tool to do that. You could also choose to scan the body, almost like you're feeling your toes or your ankles. Be systematic about it and start at the bottom, work to the top, or from the top down, or you could just choose. I don't know, choose your thumb. Be in your thumb. Feeling that shift within ourselves when we allow our awareness to move from the head to the body. Almost as though there truly is a settling that happens. We come down and we remember that we're here on this earth, coexisting and mingling and co-creating life with each other. And not just each other in terms of humans, but our animals, nature, the gases, the chemicals, like everything that is here in this space. With the next inhale, bring the palms together. Let the thumbs tuck at the heart. Maybe the chin bows towards the chest a bit. Acknowledging your presence here this morning. Any needs that your being has. Just taking a moment to validate whatever it is you're experiencing. And sinking back down into the body. You've come back to the head. Drawing the fingertips to the forehead and back to the heart. Again, it's from the head to the heart. We're doing this over and over again. Down into the body. Taking a breath in. Let your exhale drop your hands back to your lap. And an exhale will drop your chin all the way down to your chest. So that your head is hanging heavy and the back of your neck is lengthening. Staying in the body, if your awareness shifts back up, and you're wondering or you're intellectualizing or you're worrying, bring it back down to your thumb, back down to your pelvic floor. Back down to your toe. With an inhale, let's bring our head to the center. And let the exhale rock the head back so that the throat can open. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, back and down, so now your heart can open. Take a couple big breaths. Inhale, bring your head to the center. Exhale your left ear to the left shoulder. Bring your right hand out and down beside you, just fingertips pressing gently into the earth. Bringing your hand back to your lap. Let an inhale bring your head to the middle. And exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. All the way down and in, shoulders down. Awareness down to the heart. Down to the pelvic floor. Down to your feet. Inhaling, the head will come to the center. Exhaling, rock it back, open your throat. Roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale to lift your heart and breathe. Inhaling, the head comes to center. Exhaling, right ear to right shoulder. Left hand and arm out beside you on the ground, fingertips pressed to the earth. Inhaling, hand to the left. Inhaling, head to the center. Exhaling, chin to the chest. Drop that awareness down through your body, choosing parts anywhere to bring your awareness to. You're in the body, you are the body. Inhale, head is at the center. Exhale, rock it back, open the throat. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale to lift your heart. Hold it and breathe. Inhaling, the head comes to center. Exhaling to twist the head to the left. Chin is level with the floor. Shoulders are soft. Inhale, head to the center. Exhale, twist the head to the right. Chin level with the earth. Inhale, head to center. And then we're going to try to draw the chin back. Like we're bringing the chin back to the top of the spine and trying to keep the chin level. And it does. It makes us have double chins. Relax your shoulders as you do this. Keeping that chin in, double chins, level with the floor. Your left ear moves just a bit towards the left shoulder. Then bring it back to the middle. right ear, left shoulder. Inhale, come back to the middle, let your head find neutral. If you need to open the eyes to get onto all fours, peek them open. We'll meet on all fours with our eyes closed. Remember, your eyes closed is just the tool again, keeping you more embodied, just making it easy. The crown of the head will reach forward, the shoulders will just kind of away from the ears. Your belly button pulls in towards the spine, so does your solar plexus. Take a breath in. Your exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, let your back arch into your calf. Inhaling, your tailbone will lift to the ceiling, your shoulders will go back and down, and then your throat will open. Exhale, take yourself back. Calf. Inhaling forward to your calf. And you're invited to go as fast or as slow as you wish through cat-cow. Keeping that awareness in the body and here. It might sound obvious, but to keep it with the spine is more difficult than what it sounds because there's so much going on. Maybe even choose one particular spot in your spine. I'm going to do one more time back and forth. And when we meet, we'll just meet neutral. So belly is engaged. We're going to come back and forth with the hips to warm those up. And so a couple of us may want our knees a little bit wider than our hips are so that we can inhale here and then exhale, send our butt back towards our heels, bring our head between our upper arms. Then inhale to come forward, open the hips at least a bit. Exhale to come back, butt to the heels, your hips are closed. Inhaling forward. And exhaling back. Again, you choose how fast or slow you want to move. And choose a body part, somewhere where you're gonna maintain awareness. For me, I think I'm choosing my hips. You might choose the shoulders though. Maybe choose the neck, maybe choose your hand. Next time you're back, go ahead and stay back. Your ears right between your upper arms. Let your arms push your butt back towards your heels a little bit more. And then soften your pelvic floor. Awesome. Inhale, bring yourself to the middle. Bring your knees back under your hips if they're not. And then let's take our hips in circles. And let's just start small circles first. Whatever direction you naturally go to is fine. But you're letting those thigh bones move around in the hip sockets. You can go fast or slow. And of course, if you want, as you keep moving, you might decide to get bigger with your circles. Start small so that the hips have an opportunity to warm up and most understand where we're headed instead of jumping straight in. But if your circles are large, bring them in so that they're smaller. All the way in, so although you're circling, it's like there's little pause in the middle. Send your butt back towards your heels. Let your arms push that back. Ears are still between those upper arms. Inhale to come back to all fours, and our hips need to circle the other. You don't remember which way you went. My little cue is whatever way I naturally go to, I'm going to go the opposite way. You choose if you want the circles to get larger. Sometimes there's all kinds of sensation physically, maybe sensation noise-wise, what noises your hips make. Good. Bring your circles in. Come back. So you're barely moving, but you're still circling. And then pause in the center, a breath in, a breath out to send our butt back towards our heels. Your arms are still out, your ears are between them. This time you're coming to your fingertips, lifting those armpits way up, and walking your hands, your arms, your torso to the left, and pushing down through that right sits bone. And sometimes people drop their right or their left palm and they push with it a little, so it helps lengthen that right side body. Inhale. Exhale to walk yourself back to the middle. Take an inhale in the middle. And then exhale, your hands, your arms, your torso walks to the right. Your left foot pushes back. And maybe your right palm drops all the way down. And you use that hand to gently push your butt back towards your heels. Big breath. You'll inhale again. Exhale to come back to the center. Inhale, come on up to tabletop. Nice. Hug your toes. Engage your core. If for whatever reason it's not, we'll take a breath in. Use our exhale, get our knees and our hips up and back to our down dog. And while your hips are high and they're back, you might notice that you're on your toes and that your heels are up and that your knees are bent. Please know that's completely appropriate. It helps ensure that you have that lumbar curve, which truly is the most important part of our down dog. If you want, your feet could pedal and you could gently ease each heel towards the ground. Even then, it might not touch the ground. Again, okay. Couple of breaths. Nice inhale, either your feet walk forward or your hands walk backward. We need a good old forward fold with our knees bent so that our belly can rest on our thighs. Our arms hanging so that the shoulders are as relaxed as possible. The chin tucked so that the neck is as relaxed as possible. Pull your belly button in towards the spine with a little more room. With an inhale, we'll slide halfway up, create our flat back, crown of the head reaches forward. I know sometimes people look up here, and I guess if that's okay with your neck, you can do that as long as it doesn't strain the neck, and it also doesn't make you lose your lumbar curve. Breath in, breath out, fold back down. We'll bend our knees quite a lot, bring our arms out like giant wings so we can unhinge our hips in order to come all the way up. Bring your arms all the way up. Stay here in tall mountain, your shoulders dropping down. Pull your belly button, solar plexus in so your ribs are tucked in. Close your eyes and drop that awareness from your head down into your body, maybe into your shoulders. Maybe scan the body, but keep it in the body. Inhale. Exhale to let your arms float down so they land beside your torso. Pull your shoulders up towards your ears, roll them back and down. Do it a couple times so that you can land in mountain with soft shoulders. If your feet don't happen to be under your hips, no wiggle, get them there. Eyes still closed. Down in the body, recognizing that you're not just connected with the earth beneath your feet, but you are a part of it. Your presence interacts with everything around you. We're going to bring feet just a tiny bit wider than the hips. Bring our awareness back to it's either your hips or to the pelvic floor or bowl, like this whole area. And with this area, it's as though we're going to draw figure eights, and it's sideways figure eights. It's a little bit tricky. Drawing a figure eight. Maybe it looks more like an infinity sign because it's not standing upright, it's sideways. As you draw those figure eights, awareness, it's down in that pelvic bowl, and you have to use your head to kind of concentrate to see what a figure eight looks like. Once you've got it, drop it back so that you're down on the body. See if you can get that figure eight going a little faster. It's like you're just rocking the figure eight. Awesome. Pause. And now we're going to draw the figure eight in the opposite direction, which is going to start out feeling super weird again. It's going to require your head as far as concentration as to what you're doing. And once you've got your body connected with the idea, then you drop from the mind into the head, or into the body, I'm sorry, out of the head. And you might get going a little faster. These don't have to be perfect. It's just our intention, I suppose. The movement might be foreign enough that it truly gets tripped up on some part of the figure eight. That's okay. Bring it back to center. And now this pelvic bowl is going to draw figure eight from front to back. And so you go up and around, back and around, up and around, back. And these are super subtle movements. I know that sometimes we come here and we're stretching and we're strengthening. This is truly an embodiment practice more than anything this morning, where we're practicing being in our body. The source of our body's intelligence is right here in that pelvic bowl area, which is why we're dropping it so low. Good. Switch the direction of this figure eight. As your body gets familiar, it can go faster. We'll pause in the center. The last one we're going to do is though it's an up and down figure eight. And so your knees are going to have to bend, either that are going to have to come to your toes in order to draw your figure eight vertically with that pelvic bowl. Let's switch the direction of your vertical figure eight. Let's try to bring it back to the center. One more thing here. You're going to choose which of those felt most natural, like really where your body's awareness could guide you more than the focus of your head. And you're going to start drawing that figure eight. For me, it's the one that's more like an infinity sign. And then we're going to get that infinity sign or that figure eight going just as fast as we can go. And keeping it fast, you're going to minimize the movement to where your body is still figure eighting energy-wise or internally, but externally it might look like you're barely moving. Your awareness within that pelvic bowl. Let's pause, let everything be still. Your eyes are closed. And a nice big breath in. And a nice big breath out. Heel toe your feet so they're back under your head. Roll the shoulders back and down. And let's let our torsos, our shoulders, our arms just swing a little side. If you want, your hips can follow. Bring it back to the middle. And take a couple of deep breaths just in your mountain pose, that connection with your earth, your awareness shifting down through the body so you know you're part of this universe, you're part of everything around you. With an inhale, we'll draw our arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale to bend the knees, hinge the hips, find your forward. Inhale halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Your hands are either going to walk forward or your feet need to walk back so that we meet in plank, high or low. Shoulders rolling back and down, open from our ears. If we're high, we want the heels reaching back. Either way, the belly button, the solar plexus is tucked down. Take a breath in. With the exhale, we want to bend the elbows, lower ourselves to the earth. Inhale to get to our cobra. Exhale to put the knees up and back to your down dog. Hips high, hips back. Remembering, who cares where your heels are? Inhaling, hands to the feet or feet to the hands, whichever you prefer. Kneeling forward, fold, chin tucked in. Inhale halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, arms out like wings. Inhaling, we're all the way up. Heels up, they connect together and slide right down to the heart. Awareness in your heart. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge the hips, find your forward fold. Inhale halfway, it's a flat back. Exhale to fold. Your hands walk forward or your feet walk back, depending where you're at on your mat. You find your plank, high or low. Belly button, solar plexus tucked in. On Wednesday, that place of our personal power, solar plexus. Breath in, breath out, bend the elbows, lower to your earth. Inhale to get to your cobra. Exhale up and back to down dog. Take a couple breaths. Inhaling, hands back or feet forward. Exhaling to tuck into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms out like wings all the way up. Exhale, hands together, down to heart. Drop that awareness to your heart. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge the hips, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands forward or feet back so you find your plank. Inhale, exhale, lower to your earth. Inhale to get to cobra. Exhale, up and back. Down dog. This time we're going to inhale. Exhale to drop our knees. Inhale to bring our left foot forward, up and in between our hands. And then inhale that torso up. Okie doke. So we've got our low lunge, and you're going to decide whether you have those hips forward and you're attending to that right hip flexor, or you're just going to stay upright. Twisting mode, we want shoulders back. And let's start by just bringing hands to heart and allowing just the shoulders to twist to the left. Maybe head too. But keep the twist like clear up in the upper spine. So it might barely feel like a twist if you're really aware of what's happening in the body. Inhale, exhale, come back to the center. Hinge at your hips just so you can come down. Hands to the earth or to your blocks. Hanging out in that low lunge. Inhale, bring your torso back up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Our right hand will stay put, left hand to the hip. Roll the shoulders back and down. One more time, breath in. Exhale, shoulders again to the left. And now you have that right hand on the knee. It's a little leverage if you want to twist just a hair bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, and twist. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge at the hip. Come back to that low lunge. Maybe let the hips sink a little bit deeper. Remember, front ankle is under that front knee. Good, we're going to keep right hand down, left hand to the knee. Again, shoulders to the left. We're just gradually moving down that spine. Awesome, breath in, breath out and twist. Let's bring our front foot back for a sec just to give the hips a rest. Maybe shake out your feet or wiggle your hips. Shake out the hands, whatever you need to do. Actually, let's bring our right foot forward. We'll come back to that left side after we do the same thing we just did on the right side. So right foot forward, inhale, torso up. You decide whether you're going to let those hips sink forward and let that left hip flexor be open, or you stay more upright. Good, so you're nice and tall, and inhale, we'll just bring hands to the heart, shoulders back and down, breath in. Breath out, just the shoulders to the right. Super subtle. Inhale, exhale, come back to the middle. Left hand to the right knee, right hand to the hip. Breath in, breath out, we're twisting to the right. Have us come down. Notice that your hips are level here. Breath in, breath out. You'll untwist. We'll inhale and center, and then exhale, come down like we did before. Sorry about that. So left hand stays put, right hand to the knee. Take your breath in. Use your exhale, take your shoulders, twist into the right. Inhale, exhale to untwist. Inhale to bring that front foot back so your knees are under your hips again. Wiggle, Do a little cat-cow, do what you need to do. And then we'll inhale to get left foot forward again. Up and in between our hands, our torso up. And this time we're going to connect right elbow to left knee. Stack our forearms, so our hands are stacked, our forearms are stacked, and we're using the pressing of the hands and the forearms to twist. You're going to decide whether your hips sink forward or they stay upright, and it's awesome. You've all got your gaze turned over that top elbow, which is perfect. That is a heck of a twist. Inhale. Exhale, untwist, unwind, bring your hands down so you can bring that front foot back, knee under the hip, and right foot forward. Torso up. This time it's left elbow over to that right knee. Our hands stack, our forearms stack, and we're twisting shoulders, solar plexus. Our hips are level. Our twist. Inhale. Exhale, untwist. Hands to the mat. Front foot back. Wiggle your hips. Do a couple cat-cows, whatever you need to do. And then let's send our butt back towards our heels. Find our child's pose. Maybe our arms are going to push our butt back towards the heels, or maybe they're just going to wrap around the legs. One more breath. If arms are wrapped around the legs, you'll bring them forward. Using an inhale, we'll all come to tabletop, crawl forward on our mats so that we can swing our feet to the side or roll over our knees. However we get to all fours, let's meet all fours. All right, so just a little more twisting. We're moving right down the spine. We want our left leg up and over the right. Our knee gets to hold us upright. Shoulders back and down. We're twisting to the left, so you could bring your left hand behind your hip. Use your hands, your arms to help your shoulders twist, your solar plexus twist, right down through, probably like through the belly, through, I don't want to go all the way through the lower back, but good. If you're uber twisty, and I'm not to even model it, a lot of people can bring that elbow, like other side of their leg, and use that leg to twist. My spine does not twist like that. Breath in, breath out is gonna untwist you. Inhale to get tall, and then exhale, undo that leg, and pull the other one up and over. And your knee is your hook to get you tall. We're taking it to the right, so left hand stays put, right hand behind the hip. Use your arms as leverage to gently help you twist shoulders to the right, solar plexus to the right. And maybe, just maybe, you go down a bit more. Both systems grounded though. Maybe you can bring that left arm other side of the knee. Head is level. Inhale. Exhale to untwist. Your exhale will empty your legs. Let's bend both. And just for a sec, use your knees to hold you up. Make sure your knees are right out from your hips. And sometimes they do, they want to come together. Other times they want to go apart. Just for practice, we're keeping them right in line with our hips. Nice and tall, awareness back to your pelvic bowl. Bring your hands out. Keep your spine just as it was, but your core is going to hold you here. We're coming down then. You can go as slow as you want. Maintaining that lumbar curve all the way down. When you get down, pull your knees in towards your torso, hands to the knees, give them a hug. Let that lower back connect completely with the earth. You might need to wiggle or rock a little side to side to make that happen. But we want the lower back completely supported. We'll drop our feet to the earth. Rock the knees a little side to side, turn the windshield wiper. And then knees in the middle, left ankles to that right knee. Bring your left hand to the left thigh and gently push that left thigh away from your body. Almost like you could create a little space between your left thigh bone and that left hip socket. Release your left hand, keep your legs crossed like this. Heel toe your right foot out to the side a little, so you can let both your knees drop down and over to the left. Your shoulders will stay put. And they're probably not going to drop all the way to the ground. Mine are a really long ways away from the ground. That's okay. Just want to let things be as they are, not forcing them. It's not any particular way any of these poses are supposed to look. They're going to look different from person to person. What we want. Next inhale, we'll bring our knees back up. Heel toe your right foot back in line with the hips, so you're back to the figure four. Core is engaged. Use it to pull that right knee towards you. Hands wrap around that right thigh, and so you are in figure four. Your right knee can either stay bent, it can be straight. As you're pulling right knee in, you know you're gently pushing the left knee away. Pelvic bowl has our awareness. The pelvic bowl, pick any part in your body, from the head down, letting your awareness rest there. In the body. Take a breath in. Use your exhale and leave your fingers at your right foot come to the earth. Breath in, breath out lets your left foot. Your knees can rock a little side to side. And of course, then we want right ankle to left knee, right hand to right thigh, so you can push it away from you a bit, creating a tiny bit of space in there. Drop your right hand and arms, your shoulders are soft. Heel toe your left foot out towards the edge of your mat a bit. And then let your knees drop towards the right. Shoulders soft. One more breath. And it's an inhale that bring the knees up. Heel to your left foot so it's in line with the hip. Core is engaged. It'll pull that left knee up and in so you can weave your hands around the thigh or grab your hands. As you pull that left knee in, you're pushing the right knee away. Awareness in the body. Choose a place. Inhale. Exhale to unweave our hands. Drop the left foot. Inhale. Exhale to uncross and drop the right foot. Let your knees side to side so your hips rock side to side. Check in with your spine from literally from the base of your head clear down and see if it is okay with one more twist. If it's not, I would invite you to bring your knees to your chest, rocking side to side so that you're releasing or happy baby. If you're twisting, we're going to bring our knees into the chest too, hands to the knees, hugging in. Be rocking a little to get more of that back body connected. And then dropping those arms out, your giant T, breath in, breath out, drops the knees to the left. Both of your shoulders stay connected to the ground. Your head turns to the right. To bring us back to the middle, I would invite you to do the first knee kind of by itself for a minute. Let it be the leader, followed by the bottom. Knees are back to the knees, rocking gently, getting as much of that back body connected to the earth. Swell, then arms out. You're a giant T. Take your breath in and exhale, knees to the right. Keep your left shoulder connected to your mat. Maybe the gaze turns to the left. To bring this back to the middle, let your top knee have a head start. Knees to the middle, hands to the knees, we're rocking. Maybe even circling or figurating with those knees. Or happy baby if that's your preference. Nevertheless, little releases as needed. Your knees need to come down and rock or windshield wiper. Slowly but surely, we will make our way to corpse pose or shavasana. Know that your legs don't have to be straight. They can always stay bent or they can rest on your bolster, pillows, whatever you've got. Maybe you've got a blanket handy. You can wrap up in that kind of cocoon that you create. Getting ourselves ready for our final bit of practice of stillness. For most of us, this is absolutely a place where our awareness wants to shift back to our mind. Our mind wants to start its regular routine, whether that's intellectualizing, daydreaming, worrying. For today, our practice is dropping that awareness away from the mind and down into the body. So you choose where you want that. Steve had mentioned the heart this morning as a place that might be calling out for his awareness. So while I might be leading from or towards the heart, you are absolutely invited to choose any part of your body and be there, regardless of what I'm saying. You choose to be guided. Go ahead and bring your awareness to your heart if it's not already there. Letting everything be still enough, quiet enough that you can feel and even hear the beating of your heart. It might take a couple minutes to be able to really sink in there and to feel and to hear that. Use your breath as you need to just sink in. There's a great story about a heart, actually a heart that was transplanted. And the story is about a young girl who received a heart but all of a sudden started having these very horrible and detailed dreams. And in the dreams, she would see this person whom she didn't know. She would see this person getting brutally murdered. And she could see who it was in her dream. She could tell every detail of the story. And this little girl would wake, and she would go and she would tell her parents that this is happening and this is real. And it happened over and over, causing great disturbance. So much so that her parents eventually took her to a counselor. The counselor was disturbed enough by the girl's stories, the details the stories held, that she took her to her family, and together they made the decision to figure out, where this little girl's story might be coming from. And eventually they found out that the heart that she had received came from a person who was brutally murdered, and that the girl's dreams, the details provided therein, provided enough information to the detectives that this murderer was found and eventually admitted to the crime. And I say all this to point to the fact that your heart knows your story. It knows everything you've endured in this life. It knows the hard stuff. It knows the challenges. And sometimes it may feel empty. It may feel like it's breaking. This practice helps us understand to heal that. We have to validate that. We have to hold the heart. Whatever story it's got. Our hands come in with self-compassion, with love, and hold the heart. On the flip side, this heart knows the joy you've had. It knows the love you've experienced. It knows how great this life can be. Feel your heart. And just physically feel, but emotionally feel, energetically feel. Bring our awareness from the heart to the breath. Just taking a couple of deep breaths in preparation for movement. When you're ready, your fingers, your toes can wiggle and move. Your head or your neck. Eventually the knees bend so that you can shift. Guiding yourself up to a seated position when you're ready. Once there, of course, your eyes close. Your hands might come together, thumbs tucked at the heart. The heart in me honors the heart in you. Namaste.